Welcome to a special edition of Date with Danu. As you know, we're celebrating the wonderful time called Christmas and we want to be a part of it in our little way. It has been a bit of a rough patch for Date with Danu, just like every other thing, because of COVID-19. So we kick-started this line of Date with Danu at the Cinnamon Grand. Right now, we're going to take a look at all the good and great memories that we have shared on the show so that we can wrap up this year in style. We started off our first show with someone who is extremely great in English, so I had to be very precise in the way I spoke. George Cook, he's actually now Dr. George Cook. Soon after the show, he finished and completed his PhD. Well done on that. And with George was Chris Sosa, someone who I've shared a lot of stage time with, a dear friend and also someone who always ends up with a lot of life blunders. We even spoke about her very bushy outline to life, where I thought she was plucking her nose hair, to see it was not. It was her upper lip. Well, if you're confused, here's a little clip on what exactly went down on the show. Thank you for being on the show, George.
Thanks for having me.
I'm hosting this show nearly after 5 months, so I'm also a bit rusted.
So it's good to be on the show then.
Yeah. I want to be precise when I talk to George. I don't want to just blabber in the words without making it articulated and perfect. George, you have been in the public eye for a long time. What made you enter media?
I just finished school and I was looking for things to do and I started teaching straight away. But I also thought media was something interesting to get into and I applied, and I actually applied for 2 positions. There was newscaster and news presenter, because I saw the advertisements on 2 different days and I applied.
Both are the same, right?
Yes, but I think the caster was more in terms of actually gathering the information, and putting it together. It was based in Colombo, whereas the other one was going to the studio. And then I applied for both, and then I was called for the interview, and I was asked, which one do you want? Because you've applied for both. And so I said, let's look at the 2 of them. And so presenter started, and that's how it started back in, well, a long time ago, 1998.
Yeah, but everyone has doubted the fact that you wore contacts all your life. It has been a conversation. How did you prove it wrong?
I tried to knock my eyes out and nothing happens, and then as a result they realize it's real.
When I was in school, when I was a young boy, living down Arithusa Lane, my mum used to watch you at the 8:55 bulletin, correct? Yeah, but you already read for 5 minutes.
It was a 5 to 10 minutes. It was a roundup. It was the most important news, and it came before all the other main channels started at 9.
Right. So this because going from Behivala all the way to Piliyandara, just to read for 5 minutes was a lot of work.
It was. It was a lot. It was a very long evening. We started around 5 or 5:30 the journey.
Yeah.
And I got home around 10:30.
We have someone who is sensational. Her hourglass figure, her amazing fashion sense, her beautiful eye makeup, her presence on stage has captivated Colombo. She's the ever so gorgeous Chris Sosa.
Hello.
Thanks for being on the show, Chris.
Thank you.
You look fabulous.
Thank you. But I didn't look fabulous when I came.
Yeah, we all look terrible.
My gosh, when I went into the salon, people like the silence, and people like putting their hands over their mouth. And
But did that person call you when you were plucking your nose hair in the balcony?
they didn't call me anything. They shouted from the road because I was like, not nose hair. I don't have nose hair. I mean, I don't have nose hair. It was my eyebrows and also the upper lip. Like I was like doing. Then from downstairs I can hear like somebody shouting, Raula Banava. So, this is very ugly because there are people on the road.
Yeah, true. They might have thought whether you are giving the service or whether you wanted the service.
No, like they are just commenting. You don't know, Sri Lanka, like they want to have like a background commentary to my plucking my whatever. Bush.
Yeah.
Yes. A bush.
Yeah, but I must say
it wasn't a bush.
No,
just
like
stray hair.
That show really set the mood when it comes to Date with Danu. Next up, we move on to the three divas who sat on the seat with me. We have Thisaki, who have been trying to get on the show for a long time. She's so camera shy, so she took so long to get here. We had Charini Suryagay for the second time on the show, and Fazina, who is the CEO of Colombo Fashion Week, joining us as well for the first time. So it was a bit of a diva show, but I must say, Darshi was very honest, unfiltered. She said it all. She tried to speak in Tamil and I had to help her out a little bit because that's a new thing. She's learning Tamil. Great. But there were some key moments on this show which I thought was really funny. You're going to take a look at this part. We'll come back with all the little funny bits that I have found. It's been like a 2018 to 2021 calling to get you here. Why are you camera shy?
I can stay without it, right?
But believe it or not, this is my third time with her on a show. Can you believe it?
Probably only
Yeah.
with you.
Second time didn't go anywhere. It just didn't even get on screen. But the first time was live. And I told you what you were wearing. You were in a blue sari.
Oh, gosh.
And then this time around, I'm happy to have you. To start things off, you're wearing a sari that has been recycled, or is it been with
Upcycled rather.
Upcycled,
So
okay.
these are fabric pieces that we do samples in
Right.
and then made it into a sheet.
For what I remember, this is what I asked you for my pocket squares. You just made a
Yeah,
sari
now
onto
it's
it.
on my sari.
Yeah. Now I've left to just cut the sari off. Now she's also learning Tamil. You can say it in Tamil.
Unga shoka vandudu
Enakku.
enakku romba santosham.
Well done. So what made you start learning Tamil?
I've always been really curious, and my parents speak Tamil really
Okay.
well, and I would really like to do work with people in Jaffna also, because I feel like we need to diversify. And then I've already started working with somebody in Jaffna.
Maybe change the teacher then.
It's an online
they-
teacher from Chennai.
Yeah, because they ain't going to understand that time.
Oh.
I have to ask you, Charini, over the years, you have been on the ramp. How is Fazina as CFW and how is Fazina as no CFW?
Oh, so totally different people. So when she wears a CFW hat on, she's like real no nonsense, getting the work done, a different, mode altogether. So when she's not wearing that hat, she's much more fun and more,
Easy to be around.
Easy to be around.
I don't make it difficult to be around.
No, during CFW, actually, I must say, we have come to a point where we can sort out things, and we understand that even Fazina has to be that person to make the show happen. So you can't mix work and pleasure and all those things. So it's as long as those are in different departments and people understand, you're fine.
So I asked the girls who is bitchy, who is snobby. The truth did come out. Well, Fazina said she's snobby, and the other two said they can be bitchy. But Charini couldn't filter the bitchiness that was coming out of her face. Her expressions were so obvious. It was kind of cool. And also, these ones are called the curly girlies. Don't ask me why. It's something to do with their hair. But it was super fun to speak a little bit about friendship and also fashion on the show. Next up, I want to speak about Yazara and Fasil. Fasil did confess something off camera. I'll tell you all about it. How many times for a day do you work out?
Sometime 2 times, like per week, maybe 6 times.
Just like
Mostly
me.
every time.
I hit
every
7
day.
at times, but
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, now when it comes to rugby, they always expect guys to be big, fat, and when they're in school, they say all the chunky guys are rugby. Like up to now, the treasure drivers think, oh, rugby guy won it. Like they ask me that.
Yeah.
But nothing, I have not even touched that ball. But now you are like in shape and small, no?
Yeah.
Is it needed in rugby?
Yeah, it's depending on which position you play. So bigger ones, they.
What do we
go-
do? Just stand in a corner?
No, like you can go as a
People
prop.
like you stand in front and
Yeah,
push the
push
other
the,
side.
the hard
Before
stuff.
these guys come running
The
with
big
ball.
guys do the hard stuff. The skinny guys do the the running part. So we have each individual to do
Would you take me
separate
in
jobs.
your team?
Yes, of course, if you get fit. but I haven't seen you. You're fit at the gym. So, still the same.
That was the first and the last day.
Yeah.
I must tell you a funny incident. So I go to this place where I have toned my body to be such a sizzling piece of cake. It's at High Octane. So I met Fazil there once. And it was upstairs in the intense area. They take me there so I won't talk to people because I'm too busy. I've only worked out my jawline there. So I met him and he was like fully concentrating, like work. He used everything that was there. He used them to work out. Like he was there for a purpose. Then at one point he removed his shirt and all. I took a picture of it, right?
Yeah, I don't know why he does that.
Yeah, like it just wants to show off, like count my packs and all here, like just stripping it off. And I was like, so I took a picture and I sent it to her. Next thing I learned, he was not there. He vanished into thin air, he ran away. What did you tell him?
I didn't, you put a story.
Sorry,
No wonder.
You met him when? How?
So we've known each other like...
You like rugby?
No, I hate sports. I don't like sports. But yeah, so...
But you like sportsmen?
I like athletic people. I like talented people. Yeah.
I had Yasara, I asked her, she really has one type when it comes to picking her men. They're all very sporty, I must say, if you know what I mean. Let's get into a break. We'll see you on the other side. Do stick around. It's Date with Danu. Welcome back to the show. It's Date with Danu. We're taking a look at all the good memories that we have shared on the set for the year 2020. So I had Marsha, Viran and Natalie joining us on the show. I knew it was going to be a scream. Viran was very reserved because there is this thing, Viran is very guarded when he's on screen. So I was like, why can't you just be loose? But he had a funny answer. I asked him, so where did you and Marsha meet? And his answer was, we met on Grindr. It's called Frock. Fork.
Frock Me is the website.
I know where your thinking was.
It's a play on words.
Yeah, definitely. I was not even thinking that at all. Yeah, Frock Me.
And you can frock it any day.
You can only say that to me.
She's my first customer, actually. Marsha was my first.
She frocked you first.
Yeah, I frocked her first.
Hi, Vira.
Hi.
I took your line there. It's all the same. It's just the accent went wrong. Thanks for being here. Now, it's true, Viran does come out very serious when he's on a show. You're trying to be butch.
I'm not. This is who I am.
Yeah. See, he's already like yeah. You have been friends with Marsha for the longest time. Even when you were just getting into makeup, you have always experimented on her face.
Yeah. Yes.
What a face to experiment on
She's
as
been
well.
my guinea pig.
And how has it been?
Good. I mean, that's how our friendship started, basically.
Actually, can I tell you how we actually became friends?
Okay.
I've been waiting to tell this story.
On Grindr. No, I'm just kidding.
It had to come in somewhere.
So he... The stories that are going to come out now, I swear to God.
Honestly. If we go in for a lockdown, this is going to be okay.
That's a real story, but the
Who
other
sent the
story
pic
is
first?
me.
Who swipe right or left?
Grindr, you don't swipe, right?
What side is swiping? I don't know.
No.
Grindr, you don't swipe, right?
Okay, so the
sure you all
actual
know.
story of how we met was he was doing my makeup for a shoot, and I went downstairs to take the picture. And when I came up, I found him in my heels. He was literally like, oh. And I just looked at him. We burst out laughing, and we've been friends ever since. I just thought that was hilarious.
Great.
He was walking around in my heels.
Next up, I spoke to the radio voices of EFM, had Toshan, Dean and Susie. Susie is a real name. That's also not a real name, I don't know. Anyway, this is okay. At the earlier place where she was working, she said her name was inspired by a porn star and her boss had given it to her. Some Chicky Banana or something. One of those. Apart from that, there was a huge confusion about what are their real names. I promise you, Dean, I'm so happy that your name is Justine on air. If anybody else had to say the whole thing, the show will be going on till today. It's such a long name. You had like a Tweety Bird kind of a name, right?
No, she had a porn star
It was
name.
a porn star name.
What was it?
It was Nikki Burns. My boss selected it for me. Said it was a porn star name, so it suits you. Cool.
What?
Yeah,
You realize the
so-
cameras are rolling.
Nikki
That's what they
Burns.
did.
It was nice knowing you today.
Dean, let's get to Dean now.
Why?
Mohammed Feroz Dean.
Yes, Danu.
You just kept the Dean part, no? Because it's cool.
No, not because it's cool. It's easier for people to actually.
Feroz is kind of easy.
Not really.
Mohammed is also easy.
Many, yeah. Mohammed is not used, so it's Feroz Deen, which has been the name used for the longest time. But one of my bosses once said it sounded like a pilgrimage to Mecca. So I had to change it. Yeah, I was
Casual
supposed to change
racism
it.
thrown in.
Yeah. You know how it is.
But it's just that Toshan keeps it going for some time.
Oh, yeah,
like your
yeah,
full-
yeah.
Like after your mum and your dad, it's just Toshan who calls you. And I didn't know his full name until Toshan just said.
No, Feroz Dean, what are you doing?
yeah, like an angry parent. Yeah.
What's his full name?
He is.
I'm sure you can't
there's
turn
a-
this way. We are not
Oh, yeah,
having
I'm not
a
allowed to do that,
movie
sorry.
night here.
So
You have
it's
to look at the camera.
Yeah. So it's Toshan Sampat Idrivira.
It's Mudian se lage Toshan Sampat.
Unfortunately, there's no Mudian se lage.
Mudian se lage Don.
Yeah.
Toshan
There's none of
Sampat
those.
Idrivira.
So
But the
quite plain,
Sampath
yeah.
is a killer, no?
Yeah, it's a killer.
Yeah.
Lots of fun.
It doesn't. Toshan suits it better. Yeah.
Let's go with that then.
Yeah. Well, Gishan has a dirty mind. So I had like this one hair inside my mouth, considering the fact that I have so much of hair around my mouth. And he asked me, is it your hair? Obviously, I was getting ready for a show. I could have not done anything else, although I wanted to. But anyway, so we're going to take a look at more of these nasty things that they said. Anyway, Ruani has such a great voice. I think she should be someone who does sensual phone call conversation every day. I have a beard in my mouth.
Is it yours?
Yeah, it's mine.
Sometimes I have hairs in my mouth.
Come on.
Come
dude.
on.
No, like long hair.
It's fine.
Please
This
edit
show
some
is
of
just
this.
taking a total different direction. Just trim.
Oh God,
Okay,
I'm
so
able
the
to show my
secret-
face in public again.
Yeah, after this show.
This is it. I don't know where I'm heading with this show. Ruani here could be an amazing operator or someone who gives emotional support to someone over the phone or even work as a seductive receptionist. Her voice is absolutely sexy. Talk to me.
I will, Danu. Thank you for that introduction. I don't know if my voice is that sexy.
It is. You didn't know you turned the girl on as well who was coordinating. She was like, oh wow, she has a sexy voice.
So I have a career as a seductive receptionist.
Yeah, you could be like, hey, hello. You want to get in touch with who? Yeah.
No, that's good. That's a good fallback plan
I
because
know.
I don't have a plan B.
And I'm sure you are on the other end, you are just going to hear just heavy breathing. And you know you have actually got your target goal.
I've made it then.
Yeah.
Then
This
that's when I
show
know I
really
made
took
it.
off on the wrong foot.
We went straight there.
We went straight there. Welcome back. So next up, we are going to take a look at Thisaki Shah, that is her husband. We had Aralia, Bambi, and we had Shalini on the show. One of the reasons I wanted Thisaki and her husband to be there because he's super shy and he's super smart, and also I needed something to motivate me on the show. It was fabulous. They were so good, but there were some funny moments, especially when I asked Aralia a few things. And I was told that she was kind of upset. She felt that I was targeting her, and she like gave me a long lecture for like 25 minutes after that. That is like after the show was aired and after 2 weeks. But end of the day, we loved the show. They had fun, hopefully. But I can't wait to have them again. I even remembered Aralia and I put a pin here, which was an Aralia mullet. Charlotte, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Danu.
Are you still feeling nervous?
Yeah, a bit.
But you are more comfortable now?
I'm more comfortable.
Yeah. Just don't think of the camera. So you just talk to me like we always do.
Yeah, true.
What's that look?
is in reality, this is how my life is. Thisaki is in the middle.
I don't know how to respond to that, Danu. I can't.
All right, so thanks for being on the show. Thisaki is here to speak about her fashion label, which has actually gone from strength to strength, and today it's in a good place, and we're going to talk more about it. But I would like to start with Chalaka. You are a smart boy.
As in,
Scholar.
I did well in school. I worked hard.
Don't be modest. You left with, I don't know how to say this word, so I wrote it down because I'll kill the queen and everyone else who even came up with it, so I'm not going to say it. What's that term that he left with?
I'll let you say it.
Which one?
What you graduated with.
Yes, summa cum laude.
See, it's so much easier when a smart person says it. Yeah, so now that's like a big thing, right? It's kind of, yeah, of course.
Somewhat,
Don't be modest. I mean, just tell.
Yeah, just
how are you so brainy?
It was a lot of hard work, and throughout the years at uni, so I maintained my GPA, so graduated with those honors.
He's one of those people who can, like, you know, enjoy life, but also like
study well,
striking
and
a
manage
balance.
things.
Yeah, very.
You really need somebody like that. You know, I'm so happy.
I definitely need somebody like that in my life, for sure.
Did you all plan this outfit to come for my morning funeral here?
You know, I'm always in black and white.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Actually, Tizzy is always in like monochrome.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what happened with me, but yeah, I also went with
It's
monochrome.
fine. I have to just
today.
lie dead here. That's about it.
We're framing Aralia.
Yeah, I can see that.
She's the center.
But I must say, I wore this Aralia actually thinking of you.
Oh, thank you.
I didn't want to say it at the start.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. That is very sweet.
Anyway, so we do have a pack. When Aralia hits 40, it's way before me. If she's single at that time, we will get together.
We will get together.
It'll just be a public ceremony.
Great. Amazing.
What was your calling when you were growing up? Although you have always loved dressing up and you have your own designer brand, sari brand called Aralia. Wow, right. What a creative way of thinking.
Thank you.
Just named after you, but
Thanks.
But tell me about what was your calling?
My calling was definitely to serve my country. That was always, I actually wanted to join the army when I was small.
Yes.
You would have seen them in revealing clothing.
Yeah.
Very like tight fitted. The attention would have been somewhere else.
But I would be worried if I was to come in contact with her.
Everyone would have been very military. This show was a very special show for me because it touched a very sensitive topic. Durga and Marcus were so good on the show. They spoke openly, they spoke from their heart, and they spoke about a lot of things that a lot of people don't want to bring it out and sort of speak about it on TV. But they did it so well, and thank you so very much. And lots of people reached out on our social media platforms and also even to them. So brilliant. And Durga looks fabulous after 2 kids. Impossible, I must say. But there was a fun section on this show. I'm going to tell you about it. You just watch the clip, I'll tell you. Kiss, kill, marry or ghost. Your options are Pushpika De Silva, Kumar Sangakkara, John Amaratunga, Shalin Balasurya.
Oh my gosh.
Who don't you know out of this?
Who?
Probably all of them.
No, so Shalin is Ceylon.
Correct.
Okay, right. And then John Amaratunga is a minister.
Correct.
But yeah, dodgy one.
But
is your dodgy one? That's your question.
Yeah, that could be.
Wasn't there some huge blowout on the internet about him?
Correct.
So you have your kill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct. You have got that. Blowout being the correct word. Kumar Sangakkara, you know that.
Yeah. Okay.
The cricketer?
Yeah, I know the cricketer. I'm just, you still have me at what the hell?
Well, if you're on the same page about it, I'm going to let you all figure it out. Pushpika De Silva.
Who the hell's that?
Who is a reigning Mrs. Sri Lanka currently.
God, couldn't you have put a better woman in there? I would have that.
There is no in there, there's only kiss.
She she's taking it a couple of after. I knew this was going to be interesting, but not this interesting.
So there's a segment on this show called Kiss, Kill, Marry or Ghost. For some odd reason, into Durga's mind went the word blow. And we were stuck on a name, and she thought I was asking her to do something really atrocious. And she was like, why should I do it? Isn't he the one who was out there? It just went from one to the other. Eventually, we just had to take a 5-minute break because we all had like too much to laugh about. We'll see you after the break because I need some time to take a look at more of the clips that I want to show you. Next up, we move on to Sabrina, Narada and Shehan. Now, Sabrina has been hiding for a long time and I really did want to bring her out because we have not seen her around for so long. But, you know, Shehan and Narada have been working together with the restaurant or like this place called Hopper. And that's where their business and friendship sort of merged together. But how they met is quite interesting because apparently Narada didn't have much clothes. It's quite confusing, but their friendship grew from a very dark place. Shehan, actually, I have never met you, but I've heard great things about you. But everyone just highlighted the fact that he never stops talking.
Yeah, I mean, I have so much to say. You should understand. Huh?
What do you think? Please, I don't have verbal diarrhea.
I mean, I couldn't get a word in during the break. That's saying something.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not liking where this show is going. So Shehan, this is my show, I have to ask questions.
He might never invite you
Yeah.
again.
Shehan, how did you meet Narada? What is this connection?
Okay, do you want me to tell the real story or?
You can tell the real story.
Okay. So this was
Sure,
about
you can just
25 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, he was about. He started a fight in my house.
No, I didn't start a fight.
No, someone else started.
Someone else started a fight.
And how did he end up in your house?
Because I went to AIS, they went to Royal. They wanted to come for the mixed parties.
Right.
Right?
Okay. Okay.
So he came for the drinks, tagging along with someone who started a fight.
Right.
Just for the girls. Obviously.
Okay.
And then we just let them fight.
We
and
let them fight. We got to know each other.
just became friends.
Yeah. So that's how I ended up.
So none of you jumped in to defend your friend?
No, we were having a chat.
No, then everybody got scared to your sister.
Yeah.
The fight stopped.
Yeah, my sister, who they're still scared of, I think, maybe the only person. I don't know. You want this one or other? You want? Only people they're scared of probably stay.
And she stopped the fight eventually.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
But you all were just like busy eating popcorn and watching it.
Yeah, watching it.
Okay.
And then I somehow, a couple of days after that, I ended up going to his house after a night out. And we were about 17, maybe 16, 17.
Oh, it's like a true bromance.
Yeah. No, wait. There's more to it, all right? And I woke up in the morning. This was the first night I stayed at his house.
Please finish the sentence fast.
I heard Narada screaming, "Oh, Mahana, can you please touch my bum?" Right? Because they have played. This is what I was.
Check one.
Because they have played rugby that night.
Rugby, and I had a huge.
So this was my first experience. Yeah, that kind of party.
So next up, I had 3 good friends and also people who I've known from the time I was in school: Shehara, Lilanka, and Roshni. They are all familiars. They are part of Soul Sounds. Shehara has been the morning voice for a long time now. She's driving you back home on ESFM. So there's so much to talk about with them. It was really nice when we moved away from everything that's glamorous, but spoke about what makes them who they are. Life at home could be so different to what we get to see or hear on air. So Lilanka lost her aunt, and that was one of the most painful things in her life. She had written a song and dedicated it. It's actually out right now, sung by Shehara. Roshni has fought her own demons, and at the same time she's doing so well and really making a name for herself and loving all what she loves to do, because she's doing what she loves, and modeling, dancing, singing, you name it, she has it all. She's even started a healthy line of food business, and at the same time her homemade delicious biscuit puddings. So all this was spoken about on this show. I have roped Lilanka into doing radio because I think she has such a seductive voice. And she did do it for a little bit, correct?
Yes, I did love songs after dark.
And of course, she didn't sound like that. But how was it?
It was interesting.
But you never, like, although I pushed you and literally nailed you to a corner saying, get into media, you never wanted to.
Well, I kind of find it boring just talking to myself, like to a mic.
But you're not talking to yourself.
Yeah, you're talking to so many people.
Yeah, but they are not there to like give you like interaction. Or it's like, oh, let's listen to this lovely romantic number, and then it's like silence.
Yeah. Well, I can give you a recording of people applauding.
No, chike, how good. Yeah, no.
Just to keep you happy.
No, I just want a conversation.
Can't have everything in life.
She needs a co-host.
Yeah, see, that
true.
would be fun.
Yeah. If I get you a co-host? I don't know, I don't do radio anymore. I'm just trying to see.
Who? Depends on the person.
Now this one is asking who and why and where.
That's the way.
Anyway, coming back to Roshni. Roshni, we have seen many performances of yours, like when there are like theatre performances and when we are trying to dance looking like just blocks moving from one side to the other. Then you have Roshni just flawlessly just moving around, slithering on the stage, and we just have us looking like just cockroaches running all over. So this love towards theatre, dance, it has all been there.
Always. But of course I had an added challenge because, as you know,
You have big feet.
That too. But I've come to appreciate them. Thanks, Danu. I'm seeing it as a plus now.
I thought that's where you were going because...
No.
Welcome back to the show. So, on this show, we spoke about theatre at St. Peter's College. I got to know them through that. You would have heard about Nidra on media. You would have seen on screen reading news. Jehan Bastians, they have been a part of the theatre circle for a long time. So I had to speak to them about a lot of things about theatre today and at the same time about Jehan being moody. And I did ask him outright and he had a cool answer for it. So that was me going back in time and speaking about how it was being a part of this thing called the Shakespeare drama competition. If you have not been a part of it, you really did miss out. It has been, I've known you all for 21 years now.
Right, we've been counting the years.
I just counted it just so that, you know, and at that time you all were adults.
Only 21?
Yes.
No, it sounded quite long.
And you all were adults at that time?
But barely.
Yes,
Can I just say barely, Barely adults at that
we were
time.
barely adults then,
Yeah.
that's right. I just realized what she was doing.
But-
barely, very barely, yes.
Yeah. Jehan didn't have much hair even then. Nothing much has lost from that day.
I had hair. More hair than this.
Yeah.
No, I had a full head of hair even then.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You can't remember.
It was more cut short, I think.
Yeah, 21 years ago.
Yes. That was the trend, I think.
Actually, it was, if you knew us 2 years before we got married, then I had a lot of hair.
It was, I knew you all from the time you all get married. 2000 and...
We got married in 2000.
Yeah.
Till 2021.
Yes.
How many years is that?
That would be
21 years.
21.
Correct, no?
Yeah, but I had hair.
Yeah, but a very small
And I'm glad
amount.
to say
so-
that we've all passed
Right,
mathematics
correct.
now.
Let's go back to the time in the year 2000s. I think you all have been fundamentally known for creating a culture within the Shakespeare drama competition. It has been, it's such a rewarding experience if you have been a part of it. For those who have suffered the COVID, I'm really sorry. And for those who don't understand what kind of passion and connection that you can create through it, I'm sorry again. But we were fortunate enough to understand that. Tell me how important it is for us to support theatre, music, creating that union between people at schools.
Oh, it's... Neither, why don't you
All
go?
right, so I think it's twofold. One is the people who are in it, like the students or the people who are taking part in the arts, and the other aspect is the people around who support. I think as a student or someone in any kind of educational environment, theatre gives a lot more than just getting on stage under some lights and performing. It gives you a lot of life skills from working with your team, always understanding that even if you are playing the main role, you are never the main person. You are one of a team. I think that's a main lesson that as a theatre practitioner you get to learn. No one is a diva, no one is above anyone else.
Except Danu.
Okay. Occasionally.
We also added Prishan, Roshan and Roseanne to the mix. They're best of friends and they had a lot to say and clear a lot of things that people are talking about. Roseanne, thank you for being here.
My pleasure, Danu.
But I'm telling you, you got the wardrobe part right this time.
Yes.
Yeah.
You insisted.
Yes, because I sent a reference photo to just tell her, you know, don't just get out from the bed and just come running here. Go through the mid process of dressing up. It has worked. Well done.
Thank you.
So thank you for being here. So what is this friendship? How did the three of you meet? When did you all become close friends to like do movie nights and hang out and eat popcorns and, you know,
we don't
take
do that.
selfies? None of that, right?
No, none of that.
Okay, just tell me, how did you all become friends?
Okay, I've known Roshan even before I've known Prashant. So, well,
Roshan, I'm sorry, but they've all made you ancient. Just
no,
everything
it shows
has been
that
like,
I am also ancient.
yeah,
Because,
that
I
we
mean,
knew.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me.
So that was 22 years ago? Yeah, around 22.
Okay, so when you were modeling?
Yeah, when I actually started a lot of events with him and then moved on. So Prashant, I think about 18? Yeah, 2018, that range.
So for that long?
Yeah.
But you all have always been close? You all have always had
Yes,
like...
we have always been close.
Okay.
As in not the three of us together, but I have been close to him a lot, then I've been close to him a lot, and lately we are all close together.
Right, okay.
Not physically.
Yes,
Yeah.
I got that.
We maintained the social distancing even before COVID.
Right.
We maintained it.
Okay. I just wanted to ask that I never brought in the whole physical element here. Roshan is the one who brought it in.
We know how you think.
I don't think anything. But as long as it is just physical, not between you and Prashant.
No.
Roshan.
No.
I just wanted to
I'll
ask
take a
that
look.
from Roshan. I just wanted to ask that. We had two very special episodes on this season. One was where we spoke to Natalie and Kamilka about the fight against breast cancer and cancer in general, about the problems that Natalie faced and how she was butchered and how she was not given proper guidance when it comes to cancer. There's so much to talk about. It was a very painful, emotional show. We also got a chance to see the true inside, how cancer does not only disturb the person who is suffering with cancer, but everyone around them. So this was one of our very special episodes. Take a look. Are you now, at least on paper, of cancer?
No, I have more cancer than I ever dreamed of ever having in my body. I have cancer in my brain and skull, I have cancer in my spine, I have cancer in my rib, I have cancer in my pelvic bone, I have cancer in my femur, which are my leg bones. I have cancer in my liver, I have cancer in my lung. I don't have cancer in my breasts anymore because I don't have breasts any longer.
So I wanted to speak about your breast, boobs.
My non-existent breasts, you mean?
Yeah. But you did put up a picture on social media, then
Yeah.
I thought it's okay to talk about it.
Of course.
Tell me, a lot of people spend a lot of money in making it different shapes and sizes and perky and not so perky.
Yeah.
Even those pictures are not out there. But you had all the courage to put
Yeah.
this up and to speak about it. Tell me, how was that moment? And are you happy with the scar? Or does the scar represent something that the system is letting you down?
My surgery wasn't a surgery, it was a butchery. So I wish the surgery was done better and neater, but the surgeon I had wanted doing my surgery didn't even turn up at the hospital, let alone the OR that morning. And I was cut open and stitched up by a bunch of juniors. So the scar itself, I don't like the scar. That doesn't mean I'm not okay with the fact that I don't have breasts. I photograph myself because my photography is about truth telling, and this was a truth that no one was willing to talk about. I'm not sure what perpetuates the idea that breasts make the woman. I mean, what the hell do my breasts have to do with who I am as a person, right? But we keep feeding women these fake ideas, and these ideas take up more room than the actual cancer and the things that you have to battle. Isn't that just ridiculous?
Kamilka, you have worked with the system to get your even spread a little love.
Yeah.
To spread the love also, you need to somehow maneuver the system.
Yes.
So I'm one of those people who, I have a very limited span of patience, I think. I once got told off in a corridor in utter filth in the hospital by the medical director who is not there anymore. And I thought to myself, why am I being blasted for something? So now how I work is when I find a person who needs support, I try to connect the webs and sort of help that person out. I think one person is better than going bigger and not being able to do it successfully. Why do you think this system is so hard? Because it's coming from a good place.
I think, Danu, my personal view, having been part of in and out of the hospital for a while, is that we only have one National Cancer Institute for the entire country. And at the moment, breast cancer is leading in terms of diagnosis every year amongst women. So when one hospital has to take on the brunt of like influx, we're talking about 25,000 or 23 to 25K patients a year. That is a lot, and you're crippled by that weight. I'm not going to defend, as Natalie mentioned, those who snap at. I've been there, I've been battling the system to get the project done every year. But I want to just very briefly talk of this incident where I had, since my cancer episode, I have accompanied friends who are undergoing chemo, because it's like a labyrinth over there. You need to know your way, right? It's like here, it's like a...
And I think when I did my project, I called you.
Yes, because you need to know which ward is. So I happened to be in one of the female women's wards with my friend undergoing chemo. So it's a long 6 to 8 hours. I wanted to use the washroom. The nurse, having known me because of the projects, they generally know my face, they don't know me by name, but they recognize me. She offered to take me to the nurse's washroom, and this nurse happened to be on her 7th month. She was pregnant, and she had early on told me that she's got another child, that she leaves home at 4:30 by bus to come to the cancer hospital for duty. When I went to the nurse's washroom, it didn't have a lock, it didn't have a proper door. So she told me there was a lanua attached to a nail. She said, basically just hold the lanua or the door would open. So I was thinking, it actually puts things in perspective. Imagine from their point of view, they're understaffed. You don't get the required medication, the equipment.
To help the people.
To help the people. But at the end of the day, you're also human. And imagine having so little in your workplace, and everyone around you needs, the wards are heavily crowded. There's no social distancing even during COVID. You know that to be true. So I think even for them, it's an unpleasant place to be in. And I was shocked if that is the condition of the washroom of the nurses.
To go pee.
Yes, imagine what the washrooms would be like for the patients.
Wanted to keep the breast cancer topic alive on Date with Danu. So we didn't want to give up this year, so we wanted to bring it back again. So with the month that's dedicated for breast cancer in the month of October, we decided to speak a little bit more about it with the Indira Cancer Trust, who have been doing so much towards this. Indira being someone who suffered cancer and fought for her child's life and unfortunately left us. But the mission and her passion to live life and to enjoy is being continued by Dr. Lanka, who is her sister, and also Roshan Mahanama, who is the face of the Indira Cancer Trust, who is promoting the whole think pink, or like wear pink or touch, look, check, all these messages through his amazing work. And at the same time, they always ask you to wear pink on a Wednesday to create a reminder that we all need to take the time to check ourselves. And if we are not the ones who are worried about it, make sure that you invite or pressure your sisters, your mothers, your wives to go out there and do a checkup on it. Crystal Luxury Wellness, our title sponsors, also took it up and started a campaign called Think Pink to help those who are suffering with cancer. These are some of the best moments of the show. Tell me, why was it important for you to start this year, this particular project?
Well, as you know, I lost my dad 2 years ago. It's almost 2 years for this month. And you know, at the funeral, we never realized there were thousands of people who came forward and who said, you know, he supported us in this, he bought this medicine, he did this, he supported my child for education, he supported my, you know, family when we were in crisis. And, you know, he has lived a life of, he wasn't bragging about it. We didn't know, me and my mom, we had no idea that he has been spending all his salary. He was just an engineer, he wasn't, you know, running a campaign or anything of the sort, but a human being, ordinary human being, has supported so many people. So Crystal is my mother's and my baby, our legacy, and I don't want it just to be a company. We want, we created Tati's foundation, you know, to honor him, to continue his legacy. We don't just want Crystal to be a business, we want it to stand for something, to support, to continue the cause he started.
That he never spoke about.
Yeah, he never spoke about. So we have two arms. One, to continue the legacy that he started, to help people study for students who can't fund themselves. And the other one, we wanted to, like I discussed with you, to support a worthy cause. And then we came up with, let's support one of the most prevalent, you know, cancers, I mean, that is there. Because it's still, no matter how many people support it, there's still a big need for it. And why not help raise awareness?
Lanka, coming back to you, the story about Indira is a story that went viral at that time, over the fact that she was courageous enough to say no to chemo and yes to the baby. Making those calls would have taken a lot out of you, your family, and even her. How was it?
I've been looking back on the time, it was very difficult, and actually even the last stages, I mean, my father set up the foundation. It was actually about 20 days after she passed away, 27 days. The decision to not to have chemo was a decision she made, which we supported, because she was someone, she was, when you look at her background also, she was a lady with full of compassion. She led an absolutely healthy lifestyle. She ran the London Marathon. She was a vegan. So she had no reason to get breast cancer in the first place, but she did. She did. She got it in 2008. She went through the chemo, she went through surgery, and all the time she faced everything with a smile on her face. She never stopped working. She worked from home. Then she recovered from that. Then she had her first baby. She was absolutely fine. And then with the second pregnancy only that she found that the cancer had spread. So that was a shock to her, to us, because that was never expected. She was given the all clear. And then at 28 weeks, the baby was born. But we respected that decision. And I think most of all, I think for a parent, because it's only just myself and my sister in my family, and we are a very close family. And both my parents found it very difficult accepting that decision, but we did. And she was also someone who always spoke of life in a different angle. She always felt that she would not live very long. She spoke to her daughter, who was 5 at the time, and told her, you know, explained to her that she might not be around. So those are like premonitions that she had.
With that, we need to wrap things up on our final episode for this year, 2021. It has been a challenging year in so many ways than one. It could be COVID, it could be the problems when it comes to we trying to manage money, gas, you name it, we have gone through it all. But let's all hope, with the spirit of Christmas, that 2022 will be a year that's going to give us joy, peace, and lots of good memories. Wishing you all the very best. I'll see you next year. Till then, thank you for joining us. Be safe and welcome 2022 with a big smile. Take care, everyone.